After getting a new Secret Labs Magnus Pro Desk, I wanted to make a catchy intro for the video, and had an idea for this. About halfway through planning the effect, I decided I wanted to add some eraser dust that gets blown away after the old desk is wiped away. I searched high and low for some stock footage of dust getting blown away, but couldn't find anything that matched up with the video, so I started working on it myself in Blender with a particle simulation. It wasn't terribly difficult, but it was time-consuming, especially for a little detail many might not even notice. But shortly after I started working on it, Adobe finally released Firefly, their generative AI tool for images and video. I thought it would be fun to try using it to create some of the smaller details of the effect I was trying to create, and save some time in the process. Little did I know, I was about to go down the proverbial AI rabbit hole. My first thought was to simply type exactly what I was looking for, a top-down view of dust on a blank surface that gets blown away by a burst of air. That didn't turn out exactly as I expected it to, though. In fact, several attempts at finding the right wording yielded results that just didn't match up to what I was envisioning. My next thought was to use the feature where I can upload the starting and ending frame. In this case, I tried to use the old setup to start, followed by an image of the empty room, and tried to recreate the hand and arm coming into frame, and wiping it away. Although the results were interesting, it wasn't the look I was going for. As I experimented with before and after photos in different prompts, I learned a couple important lessons that I'll share before anyone decides to drop their hard-earned money on Firefly. Number 1, every generation costs credits, even if the result is something you can't or don't want to use, so essentially every single time you press generate, you'll want it to count. Number 2, if you are not getting the result you want with a prompt, try changing the seed option. You can get a vastly different result with the same prompt using a different seed, and likewise, if you are getting results that are close to what you envision, you can keep the same seed and just alter your prompt a bit to get a slightly refined version of the last result. Number 3, if you use 2 photographs for reference, you will not be able to use the camera controls on the left. So if you want camera movement, you'll have to plan it in your photo uploads, or only use a single photo and control the camera motion. You can only select the shot size or camera angle if there is no reference photo, which makes sense. Finally, the final results are limited to 5 seconds of 1080p quality at 24 frames per second. So if you film in anything else, keep in mind you'll have a little work to do in post when you are combining your footage. Hopefully those tips are helpful, as I wasted quite a few generative credits figuring out how to properly use the darn thing, and although I think you can do some pretty cool things with it, the $100 or $300 introductory price options are a bit steep for the limitations it has. Can I get a few monkeys to set up my desk if I need to? Yes. Can they also be robot monkeys? Also yes. Can it help me enhance my videos with added B-roll footage and add a little pizzazz to my shots? I think so. Can it do a better job than I can myself at intro and outros to my videos? Well, I'll let you decide. I did an intro and an end card screen with minimal editing to keep it 99% AI generated, and this is the result versus my 100% created end card. Here's a look at a hybrid approach where I mixed elements of both AI and my original edits. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and keep in mind this is only a few days using Firefly. As I continue to use it, I'll learn more of its strengths and weaknesses, and that will allow me to take better advantage of its capabilities. In the meantime, thanks for stopping by the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.